To his girlfriend Natalie Joy. Natasha Parker is leaving Bachelor Nation, and would Susie Evans ever do Bachelor in Paradise? Hello, everybody. We are live today to break down the latest Bachelor headlines of the week. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up and drop your thoughts and questions in the Q&A tab in the comment section so that we can read it and react and hear what you guys are thinking. We're going to go down through all the Bachelor headlines, so be sure to subscribe. I am your host, Zachary Reality, joined today by Kayla G. Kayla, how are you doing today, and which topic are you most excited to get into?
Probably Susie Evans is kind of the Bachelor Nation it girl right now. So I'm very any headline with her, I'm down. And then Nick Viall getting engaged. That's big.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal, considering he was on The Bachelor so many times. So we will definitely get into it. But first up, we're actually going to talk about Clare Crawley. Now, she went on The Bachelor Happy Hour podcast and talked a little bit about how she felt robbed of her engagement experience with Dale Moss. Now, we know that they were engaged when she was briefly The Bachelorette, and we have a quote from Clare here where she says, "I was so upset for so long about my previous relationship because I felt like you took that moment and that time away from me and my mom that was special, and I have been waiting to share that with my mom." Now, we know that Claire's mom has been sick for so long, so, she really just wants to spend time with her. But do we feel like that is all Dale's fault? Because it kind of felt like watching the show that Claire was the one that really insisted on getting engaged.
I'm on the same boat with you, Zachary. It was very 50-50. She didn't have to push him to propose, which I believe she did. She didn't have to say yes. She could have made it more clear, saying, you need to do this, A, B, and C, talk to my mom. So, to me, it's a little, I don't know. What do you think?
Hypocritical, maybe. I don't know. Like, I didn't listen to the full
Yes.
podcast, and I actually really do love Claire, and I'm glad that she's actually engaged now to her new fiance, Ryan. But I feel like at the time, like, she was the one that signed up to be the Bachelorette. She's been on this show so many times, so I feel like she's familiar with how it works. And even though some couples don't actually want to get engaged, it's kind of part of the process, and the producers are encouraging that, especially in that situation when it really wasn't working out and they wanted to bring in Tayshia. So I don't really know if Claire has much of a leg to stand on here, even though I do feel for her and her mom.
Same. That whole season was crazy. It was not even like after a few months getting engaged. It was just like after like what, 2 weeks? So
Like,
yeah,
not
I
even.
don't dislike Claire, but I don't really get this headline.
Yeah, well, we want to hear what you guys think. So definitely let us know if you guys are listening or watching. Even if you missed the live, you can still leave your thoughts in the comments. Let's move on to our next topic because we also are going to be reacting to a few of Zach's clips from The Bachelor. There's a new promo out, so definitely stick around for a few minutes. But do we think we will see Susie Evans on our Bachelor screens again? Now, she did a Q&A on Instagram, and she was asked if she would ever do Bachelor in Paradise. Now, Susie said, "Maybe if I'm not happily married by then," joking. "I'm not sure. It would be a lot of work for me to get my weddings covered as a videographer. I'd have to have a mega crush on someone to even consider it." Now, we just are starting The Bachelor. We have a whole season of The Bachelorette, so we really won't get to Paradise filming until June, and then it won't air until the summer if they stay on schedule. You never know what they're going to do, but do you think that Susie would consider going to Paradise, or do you think she would consider being the Bachelorette?
Yeah, that I was gonna say. I think it's more possible for her to be the Bachelorette. I don't think we've seen the last of her. She's going to be on our TV screens. I just am not exactly sure how, whether it's even outside the Bachelor franchise. I just think she's an it girl. She needs to be on TV. I love her.
Yeah. Well, she also said that she's looking for someone who can keep her focus in a photo. She said she's looking for someone loyal, kind, funny, and creative. She has a strong moral compass and is a good leader. She's low-key tired of doing everything for herself these days. So it sounds like she's looking to get herself back out there. And I can totally see her potentially being the Bachelorette. I mean, she never was engaged to Clayton, so it's not like she would be, doing the show again and having another engagement. But would the show want her to be the Bachelorette, or would they pick one of the girls from Zach's season? We'll probably find out in like maybe a couple of months. So time will tell, but I would definitely love to see Susie on our Bachelor screens again, but I don't know if she really would do it. I think she would be open to Paradise.
Yeah.
But I don't really think that it's her first choice to go back into that bubble.
Yeah, to me, I feel like we really started to see her personality after the show, with when her and Clayton were dating. They'd had those fun TikToks, Clacy forever, I'm still mourning. So I would be excited to actually see her personality, because I don't know if that was edited out. I think kind of Gabby Wendy was the funny girl for Clayton's season, so Susie didn't get that edit, but I think she's hilarious, and if we just see more of that as the Bachelorette or Bachelor in Paradise, I would be so excited to see it.
Yeah, and I think that with The Bachelor, they kind of like edit people together with certain archetypes. So you can really only have like one personality
100%.
trait. So they gave Gabby the funny girl edit. And since Susie ended up being the winner, they kind of gave her a different storyline, especially because it got so dramatic at the end. So we'll see what happens. I do think if Susie goes back, she will get a good edit. And hopefully she'll find love, maybe someone from the next Bachelorette season. Or I don't know if there's anyone else from a previous season that would want to come back. We do have some time, so we'll definitely keep posted, but we do love following Susie on social media. We have to talk about Natasha. This was kind of shocking news. Clickbait did say that Natasha was going to have a big announcement, but I didn't think she was going to be leaving, just because the way they promoted it, it made it seem like it was an exciting announcement, which is exciting for Natasha, but sad for Clickbait, as she announced that she is leaving the podcast after 2 years of hosting. She's just ready to move on, and she is thankful for the producers and the fans, but she wants to actually start her own podcast and separate herself from Bachelor Nation. So what were your initial thoughts on this?
Yeah, well, I got so excited because you posted a video on your TikToks thinking that maybe they were going to announce that she's the Bachelorette. I got all excited because I really loved her on Bachelor in Paradise. Team Natasha. And so, yeah, I was shocked by this. But it seems like a lot of different people are starting to distance themselves, and kind of curious who's next.
Right? I mean, you can't blame Natasha. I think she's just was ready to move on. And I think if you listen to the podcast, she talked a lot about like manifesting and work and how sometimes you can't be afraid of change. So I really respect her for doing what makes her happy and going out on her own. I think she's going to be totally fine. I actually think if she does start her own podcast, it will probably be more successful than Clickbait, especially with all the Bachelor Nation, stars that are just leaving the franchise and just don't want to participate anymore. But what does this leave for Clickbait? Because now they're just left to Grocery Store Joe. Is there anyone you would want to see co-host with him, or is there anyone you think that they would actually pick? What are your thoughts?
I'm a broken record, but I could see Susie. I think Susie would be great.
No,
Wasn't she just on Clickbait not too long ago? No?
Yeah,
oh,
but
okay.
I
I
don't
love
think she
her.
would want to co-host it.
Maybe once Gabby is done with Dancing with the Stars tour, people love her. How can we see her past Dancing with the Stars? That could be fun.
Yeah, I can maybe see Rachel doing it. I feel like she's still really involved in the franchise. So, Jill also co-hosted for a little bit. We know that Tia's on maternity leave. We don't know if she's going to come back or what. But Joe really is the last guy standing. And they also canceled their other podcast with Mike and Brian, or they decided to leave it. So Bachelor is kind of struggling right now. But I think the fans are still there that are loyal. So who knows what's next?
Yeah, didn't Michelle leave Happy Hour too?
No, she's still on it. She just took a few weeks off.
She is still on it. Okay, gotcha. Because I was saying Becca and Thomas did a lot of things on Happy Hour, so maybe they'll, even in the interim, have Serena go on with Joe, since, they're a beloved couple in Bachelor Nation. If not permanently, just kind of while they figure out what to do.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a possibility. So time will tell, and I think we'll probably find out in the next week or two, just because those podcasts come out every week. So we'll probably find out next week what the changes are. But let's move on to maybe our most exciting topic of the day. Nick Viall is engaged. We've seen him on The Bachelor so many times, but he has been dating his girlfriend Natalie Joy for about 2 years, and they celebrated their engagement last night, where Nick surprised his fiance with all their family and friends back at his house, including some familiar friends from Bachelor Nation like Greg and Victoria. Jason A was there, Rodney was there. What were your thoughts on Nick and Natalie? Were you surprised they got engaged?
I'm not. I figured it was going to happen sooner rather than later, but I'm excited for him. I know he's been engaged before. He's tried to get engaged 2 times before that. So, fourth time's a charm.
It's been a long road.
And, yes. And then I also saw Wells Adams and Sarah Hyland was there. So, their apartment was packed with people. Everyone's celebrating this couple. So I think they're really beloved in their close family and friends. Lots of fun pictures and videos are still coming out on social media. I keep refreshing. And I'm happy for them. I know they get some shade, some hate sometimes, but I like them as a couple.
Yeah, I'm happy for them too. I think you could see the pure joy on Natalie's face in that one video that was going viral of, them being surprised by all their family and friends. So it definitely feels like they've been a happy couple for a long time. She's appeared on his podcast. They've gone out together to red carpets. We've seen them in interviews. So it definitely feels like true love. So definitely want to celebrate a couple. But a lot of fans are giving them backlash because of this age difference. Now, Nick is 42 and Natalie is 23. So they have about an 18-year age gap. Does that bother you at all? I know some fans were a little skeptical, especially because he started dating her when she was 21. So she was definitely pretty young.
Yeah, they've been dating for years now. I feel like it's kind of old news. They're in love. Why question that? And I do think it's funny. Some other backlash I saw on Instagram is there is a side-by-side of when he got engaged with Vanessa. A picture of her sticking her tongue out, and then I don't know if you guys know, the Natalie also stuck her tongue out in her engagement photo. Yeah, there we go, that one right there. And so people are saying he has a type.
Yeah, he definitely has a type. He's only really dated brunettes publicly that we know of. So it definitely seems like this is his girl. The age gap is definitely a lot. But I do feel like Natalie is very mature beyond her years. And I think that Nick is such a young spirit. So she's legal. I don't really think it has to be that big of a deal. But it is definitely a larger age gap than, most couples we're used to seeing, I guess.
And sometimes guys just need a few more years to mature. Maybe they're at the same emotional level. No shade to Nick, but just in general.
Yeah, so congratulations to Nick and Natalie. We love a good Bachelor proposal. I'm sure we'll hear more about it on his podcast next week.
Can't wait.
Let's talk about Zach's season. We have 3 clips that we're going to go over and react to. We're about 2 weeks away from the new season, so a lot of people are getting excited. I also have seen a lot of Bachelor Nation not excited because they just don't feel like there is this hook or this scandal in any of the promos. So let's take a look at this first clip, and then I want to hear what your thoughts are.
I'm ready for love!
I definitely blacked out. And not because of alcohol, because of love.
Okay, what are your thoughts here? Have you ever blacked out because of love?
No, I wouldn't say I blacked out. I am really on the fence with Zach. I wasn't that excited when they announced him. I think there were so many other better options in my opinion. But the same thing is I wasn't excited for Clayton's season either. And it turned out to be a banger. It ended up being so well casted.
Multiple banger.
Yes, exactly. And so I have hope. I'm hoping there's a little spice to the vanilla, but we shall see.
Yeah, we really shall. We'll wash it. We'll let you know what we think. But it definitely seems like we're going to need something. Let's keep watching. There's going to be some guest stars, some returning faces. So let's take a look.
There's more women coming on today's day.
He knows what he wants. That sets apart a man from a boy.
So in this clip, we saw 3 familiar faces. We have Tajwan, who was from Colton season. She also appeared on Bachelor in Paradise. You might remember her from the uncle storyline with Trey's uncle. She also got really hot in Paradise. We have Victoria Fuller, who just left a relation, or she got engaged to Johnny. Now she's with Greg. And then Courtney Robertson is very much an OG. She was on Ben Flajnik's season a very long time ago. Now I believe that the 3 of them are just coming to host a group date, but there are some rumors that Tajwan might stick around. So what are your thoughts on these 3 returning? Who are you most excited to see?
Ooh, I didn't know about those rumors about Tajwan staying, but I am so excited. I know it's a very controversial opinion, but I'm a huge Victoria Fuller fan. I really fell in love with her on Bachelor in Paradise, and I am obsessed with her and Greg. I think they're lifers. Courtney Robertson, I tell you just said that. I did not realize that was her next to her. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
You know, I watched Ben's season. But I'm most
too. I
excited to
love
see
that
Victoria
season.
Fuller. Yeah. What about you? What are you excited? Who are you most excited to see?
When people ask me, even to this day, who my favorite Bachelor contestant of all time is, I still say Courtney. She was the villain who won the season, winning. She was such good TV. It was so authentic, but it was still so much drama.
amazing.
She was reality TV gold, and I just get such nostalgia from the OGs. I also loved Michelle Money. Like, these are the villains I grew up watching. I love a villain. Not as much anymore. The villains are never as iconic as they used to be. But this will be something. This is what we needed. We said we needed spice.
100%.
Kayla, we got some spice.
They're bringing it in. We're bringing it in. Yeah, I love it. And also, Courtney Robertson also dated Ari for a little bit, didn't he? So I feel like her and Victoria have some similar vibes.
Oh, yeah. It'll be fun to see them link up. Now, we have one more clip here where Jessie says there will be no drama, but we are going to see some drama. So let's take a look.
If I don't get a rose, I'm burning this house down.
Help me, help me, help me.
I was not expecting that.
Boom. There's always a fire hydrant. I am worried that someone got hurt just because he is crying, but maybe he's crying because someone left. If you didn't get a rose, would you burn the house down? What would you do, Kayla? You get there night 1, you don't get a rose, it's 6 a.m. What's your reaction?
I would definitely make the most of my moment. If I want a viral moment and I haven't gotten it yet, I'm going to make that exit interview pretty amazing. So I get her vibe. I mean, I totally think the siren and him crying are completely separate situations. I'm not even, I take previews with a grain of salt with Bachelor. They, they always try to get you.
And they do. Maybe she actually did burn the house down or attempt to, and that's why the sirens were there.
There we go.
Because this does look like night 1-ish. Maybe not, but it looks like he's in the driveway. So it's possible.
They're still in that first beginning part before they go travel.
Yeah. What do you think about Zach's hair? Because I feel like he does have some things going for him, and I like the flip.
Yeah, it's very Johnny Bravo. In a good way. Yeah, he's a very handsome guy. He just is boring to me.
There's no
I need a little
storyline.
spice. That
There was
too.
no lead up.
No, it's just completely out of thin air. I don't get it, and I will never get it. I'm hoping they change my mind though.
Yeah, and maybe they will. I think that seasons sometimes get better as they go along because you get more invested. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if you saw the cast list. I'm sure you looked at it a little bit. I don't know do you have any early favorites or girls that you think we need to watch out for? I've heard a lot about this girl Greer. There's also a girl named Victoria who's making some TikToks about the season already. Has you seen anything on social media that we need to look out for in any of these girls?
Yeah, I haven't taken a look at all of them in detail yet. I'll be doing that on my podcast, but I have been watching Victoria from the very beginning because she hard launched her divorce by announcing she's going on The Bachelor on TikTok, and she just hasn't stopped. Every day she has some type of different Bachelor TikTok, and she is friends with Susie and Marlena, I believe. I saw a picture of them together. And Ivan. So she's already kind of in the Bachelor circle, it seems like. So curious to see how that pans out.
Okay, well, I'll have to text Susie and Marlena and get some tea. I will report back.
Do it.
Well,
Let me know.
that is our promo. We do have a couple of comments, so if you guys have any questions in regards to anything Bachelor Nation or anything about me and Kayla, just leave them in the comments and we will read some of them before we head out of here. Now, my Tea and Roses says, every time I feel disappointed by the Bachelor choice, the promo gets me excited.
Yeah, this particular promo is a little lackluster for me, but I'm hoping, like, at the end of the premiere, normally there's, like, one long, like, you get to more in-depth of what the season will look like, right? So I'm specifically really excited for that one, and we can break that one down.
Well, I think that's the thing is that we haven't seen much promos of like later in the season. Like we were seeing Clayton's promo of him saying, I love all of you, like in the beginning before the season started. So maybe they are doing something different and they actually have some surprises. Celeste says, Zachary, I am so excited for Zach's season. He is so lovable. Well, I love you, Celeste, for commenting. I do think that he is a likable guy. I think that fans will get to know him more. What do you want to know more about Zach? What are you interested in him? You know, what do you think we'll learn about him as the season goes?
I'm really excited to see more of his uncle. I'm a big Emperor's New Groove fan. But I do think one thing I do really like about Zachary, I believe they said it in the second clip of this preview, is he knows what he wants. I think he was very with Rachel when we saw him. He's very genuine, and I believe his intentions are true. So that's one thing I do really like about Zach.
Yeah, I think he seems like a really humble, nice guy, which is great. And, you know, I've heard he's funnier than what comes across on camera, so we'll see. But I'm just more excited about the women. I want to see some drama. I want to see some conflict. Where are the pageant queens? Where are the models? Where are the porn stars? Bring them all.
I want to see some stars made.
Yeah, we need it. Let's go. Let's see it. Well, Zach's season premieres January 23rd, so just a couple weeks away. So we'll definitely let you know our thoughts as the season approaches and when it starts, because that is everything we have to share with you guys today. So let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Even if you missed the live, still let us know what you guys think, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell before you head out of here so you're always up to date on all things Bachelor Nation and reality TV. I am your host, Zachary Reality. You guys can follow me on my socials at Zachary Reality. I'm always posting on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, so head over there. And Kayla, where can everybody find you?
Right, yeah. My name is Kayla Galloway, and you can follow me at Stop Wearing My Clothes Pod on TikTok, Instagram. I post several times a day, keep you up to date with everything. And then my podcast, which we'll be recapping, starts next week on every Wednesday.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Thank you, guys.